The water used here is also soft and neutral in its acidity content. The filters in use are well proportioned, but not always sufficient. The aquariums are warmed with electric heaters. Breeding and rearing take place at a water temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. The discus fish which are kept and bred here are also, above all, of the blue colour varieties, which can be exchanged with browns and reds, depending on the financial possibilities of the breeder. Only the source material here is of a different quality. Because the price for excellent breeding animals is very high, often it is only possible to work with affordable material, which can lead to distortions in competition. But also, in this breeding facility, they strive to breed high-quality animals. To escape from the cramped surroundings, a much larger facility was already in construction during the production of this video. Despite the limited possibilities, it was unmistakable that not only business was the main concern, but above all, interest and love for the discus. Soon, this discus farm will no longer exist, but there are certainly many more of its kind, considering all of the fans of these sought-after fish. With this modern and well-planned facility, Winston Chan is one of the few big breeders in Hong Kong. He also resides with his discus fish in a skyscraper on the 14th floor of a factory building on the outskirts of Victoria. In approximately 350 aquariums, he breeds 17 to 18,000 discus fish per year. Approximately 70% of them are sent to Taiwan, and 25% are sent to other Asian countries. Only around 5% remain in Hong Kong. Winston Chan's discus fish are without exception of high quality. Form and colour are excellent. The high body form plays an important part here too. Besides that, the colour blue is predominant here. The breeding and rearing aquariums vary in size. Each has a separate water feed and drain. A thick main pipe on the floor serves as a receptacle for the water drained from each of the aquariums. On each aquarium, a pipe installed at the front of the tank controls the water level and serves as a foolproof overflow safety. Therefore, excess water can flow off. Flexible drain pipes fitted with a hand pump serve to cleanse the aquariums of excrement and food residues. With this hand pump pipe that leads directly into the draining system, the aquariums can be easily cleaned without having to start suction with the mouth. Each tank has its own separate connections, devices and drains. The tanks on the top shelves generally serve as water storage tanks. We asked Winston Chan how much of the water is changed daily. We change at least 1/3, but usually the half of the water in every tank daily. A box with a filter through which the tank water flows is fitted to nearly every aquarium to assure good water quality. The water is pumped out of the aquarium with an electric pump placed beside the filter box onto the material in the filter and then seeps through the substratum back into the aquarium. These piggyback filter boxes that can be cleaned without difficulty are ideal helpers in the fight against water impurity that can crop up very quickly. Many of the necessary care procedures are automated in this modern facility. An appropriately large electric control panel fitted with numerous timers that control light, filters, pumps, water flow, as well as the regulation of the reserve tanks is almost a matter of course here. For cleaning the numerous utensils, there is a sink with a draining board at the top of every aisle. They allow filters and feeding utensils, for example, to be cleaned without having to carry them across the room, which eliminates unnecessary water splashing. On the whole, this facility is very dry. There is almost no water on the floor. It is possible to work here without a raft and rubber boots. Normal tap water is used for breeding here. With an average of 4 to 5 degrees of hardness, it can still be called soft. The pH level fluctuates between 7.4 and 7.5, so it is slightly alkaline. And what is the temperature of the water in the aquariums?
如果魚仔咧，我哋平時咧係中意佢喺攝氏30度啦。
For breeding as well as for normal care, the water has a temperature of between 29 and 30 degrees Celsius. In the cool winter months, we have to use electric heaters. To raise healthy animals with an excellent form and colour, a diversified diet enriched with vitamins and important nutrients is crucial. Winston Chan feeds his fish a thick pulp made out of beef heart and muscle meat. It is apparently the ideal mixture for the good development of his discus. When they are 5 days old, fry receive nauplia from Artemia salina as a first supplementary food. A large unit is used for incubating large amounts of Artemia eggs, which are then fed to the fish as live food or to some extent as frozen food. Breeding pairs receive above all shrimps and larger Artemia as well as red mosquito larvae, known as bloodworms. On the whole, a variable palette of foods is used in Hong Kong for achieving different colour goals. Shrimp eggs are generally fed to intensify the red colour and red eyes. Beef heart for a high body form and to assist the development of the colour blue. And shrimp meat for a metallic shine and the intensification of the colour green. But Winston Chan has his own methods that are quite clearly successful too. When asked about his hopes for the future, he replied that he hopes for further beautiful and healthy breeds, as well as new, interestingly coloured discus fish. Penang, the island paradise in the Indian Ocean, or the island of the betel nut palm trees in the northwest of Malaysia, is a popular tourist destination because of its beautiful scenery, its palm beaches, and its pleasant tropical climate. Georgetown, also known as Penang City, is the capital of the island. A former English settlement, the first of its kind in Malaysia. Even today, one can still sense a touch of the old colonial times in the architecture. Penang is developing more and more into a very modern and up-to-date island, with citizens of diverse origins, but all with a common home. Harmony, tolerance and industry make up the life in Penang. But there are also many sights to see in Penang. Framed with picturesque monasteries, the Buddhist temple Kek Lok Si and the 30-metre-high pagoda of the 10,000 Buddhas stand on top of Ayah Itam Hill. The temple grounds are especially beautiful. It covers the entire hill with its shrines, altars and unusual Buddha statues. The snake temple, built in 1850 and known well beyond the region, is one of a kind, with its multitude of snakes that slither between sacrificial tables and prayer lamps and are revered by the devout. Surrounded by the wafting smoke of incense, it is an especially mystical place for the visitor. In contrast to it is the Thai temple where the great golden Buddha rests. Across the way, the Burmese temple with its impressive filigree architecture, a place of worship of impressive beauty. On the island, there are many points of interest for the tourist. One of the newer sites that demonstrates a solicitous love of animals and close ties to nature is, for example, the Penang Butterfly Farm, where one can see the Malaysian winged wonders. Thousands of butterflies in an almost natural habitat with a waterfall and a pond. The grounds cover nearly 400 square meters. It is very seldom that one has the chance to see so many different kinds of butterflies on such a small space. The close bonds with nature and the love of animals can also be seen with a visit to the Marine Aquarium in the Comtar building in the centre of Georgetown. The underwater world of the tropical seas is presented here. Because of the proximity to the sea, mostly fish and corals from the Indian Ocean are on display here. With its motto, "See the underwater world of colourful fishes," the Marine Aquarium on the 4th floor of the Comtar building is a meeting point frequented not only by tourists. One of the leading aquaristics businesses in Penang can be found at the foot of the Comtar building, a business and office complex with a packing garage and a large hotel. While caring for and breeding aquarium fish is becoming a more and more interesting hobby for the Malaysians as well, there appears to be a bright future for businesses specializing in aquaristics. Aquarium Garma is such a business. With its large and varied range of fish and accessories, even spoiled customers can be satisfied. Most of the fish offered here are native to Africa and South America. Fish native to Asia are comparatively rare. The fish offered here are almost exclusively out of breeding stock from Bangkok and Singapore. On the average, there are 40 to 50 different species offered for sale. It is an incredible diversity, considering that aquaristics is at the beginning of its development in this country, and nevertheless ranks higher in popularity than the intensive keeping of and caring for pedigree dogs and cats. Aside from the well-known koi, albino fish such as the blood papagayi cichlids from Taiwan are very popular. Generally, it is a smaller fish with a length of up to 8 centimeters that are very much in demand. The relatively low price plays an important part. They must also be colorful and easy to care for. Mainly dry food in many different variations, but mostly in the form of pellets, is being fed. But live food such as tubifex is often for sale too. A wide range of products for the successful care are being offered for sale, mostly products of Malaysia or Taiwan and Hong Kong. Because of the comparatively high prices, very few products are imported from Germany and Japan. In regards to aquatic plants, aquaristics in Malaysia still plays a subordinate role. To this day, there is no alternative to plastic plants for many aquarists. Accordingly, a large assortment of them are offered for sale. There are plastic plants in all types and sizes. Their forms and colors have been expertly copied, very much to the pleasure of Asian aquarists. Plastic plants are easy to care for, and at least they cannot die, is the argument that is often heard even today. But there also may be a lack of information about ecological aquaristics with real aquatic plants. It is also possible that real aquatic plants cannot be sold with a profit, for who is going to buy aquatic plants when they grow in every stream in the area? There are approximately 15 shops for aquaristics in Penang. The Chu Ten Yang Aquarium is one of the pioneers in this field. This long-established specialty shop offers one of the largest selections of species. Typical for regions with a tropical climate, it is outdoors, and therefore it is subject to the daily weather changes. An outdoor aquarium shop, something unusual for visitors from more temperate climates. In Penang, not all aquaristics are the same. While a large number of fish lovers keep ornamental fish as an entertainment, there are also people who attend to one special fish species. Although discus fish are cared for everywhere in Malaysia, it seems that they can be found most frequently in Penang. The first discus came to Penang from Singapore,